In this episode of OSFirstTimer, Dinah will be trying out the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 as well as Samsung Dex. Will Dinah be able to navigate Samsung's desktop experience? Keep watching to find out. So here you are with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 in front of you. This Android-based foldable phone came out in August 2021, so you can pretty much use it as a phone or tablet, but it also comes with Samsung Dex, which allows you to use it with a keyboard, mouse and computer monitor or TV, almost as if it was like a desktop computer. But before we get to that, let's see what it's like using the phone as if it was an ordinary phone. Okay, so here's the phone in front of you. So right now, this is the front screen, which has a 6.23-inch 120Hz display, and if you wanted, you could just use this as an ordinary phone, just like normal. You can see how that could just be a normal phone. Yeah, well, you could, yeah. So anyway,
I just can't believe what else you can use it for.
Yeah, as a desktop computer and a tablet as well. One that can be easy to carry around.
3 in 1.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just experiment using it as it is now. Can you just open the web browser, for example, Google Chrome, just in the bottom there?
Chrome, yep.
Yep, and there you are. Tap on Wikipedia.
It's very skinny.
It is a very skinny phone. Yeah, that's right. So if I put your phone next to it as an example, you can see it is very, very narrow.
Yeah. Okay, so
it's not the typical 16:9 aspect ratio.
Wikipedia?
Yep. And there we go, and just scroll up and down. So you can use that and read just like as if it was a normal phone. Yeah. Okay, get out of that. Go just tap that home button. Home button? Oh, yeah. I meant the home button at the bottom, to get out of the app. Yeah, that's the home button too. Another thing you'll notice about the phone, just pick it up and hold it as if you're using it. You can use it one-handed because it's a one-handed phone. It's very easy to hold in one hand. It's nice and slim. Yes. Exactly. Compared to this, so hold that phone as an example. And see how it's a bit, you've got to hold your hand a bit wider and that you can hold it a little bit narrower. It's a lot more comfortable than holding that, or especially a phone that's even bigger than yours, like Dad's phone and stuff. So it's nice and comfortable to hold. And the thickness doesn't make it harder to hold either, does it? The thickness makes it actually even more comfy to hold, but heavier.
It's a little bit heavier than that, but you know what? I wouldn't say it's a lot heavier.
I'd say the longer you hold it, the more you realise, oh gosh, this is heavy. Don't drop it, please. Okay, so next up, just open Google Maps as if you're opening, to check maps and stuff. And you can see there you go, you've got Hobart and you can slide your finger around like normal. It is a bit of a small screen though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just skinny, the narrowness
long
of it.
And skinny.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is nice and easy to hold, but you've got the option to open up, which we'll get to in a moment. Yeah. So next up, get out of that.
Okay.
Scroll to the next page and just open up YouTube Advanced in the top corner there. Click play on the video. We've got some nice little birds there. That one's not a bird, I'm sorry, but there's a bird.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, so just in this screen size, it's a little bit small, hey? Things are a bit small. You agree with that? So let's open the phone up now. Let's open it up.
I don't want to touch that screen.
Yeah, oh, look, don't worry.
You do that and you can see you there.
You can see it sideways. But if you open it up fully...
Oh.
So there we go. So now you've got a screen, nice and big. This is almost like, your phone screen for watching videos in. See that?
Yes.
And you can go up and down and you can be reading comments of this video to see what people are saying. You see?
Okay, yeah.
So that's nice, a nice big screen for that. So this screen here, this inner display, is 7.6 inches. Okay, so that's actually quite a nice big inner display. So let's switch over to Chrome again. Just get out of this at the bottom. Just use the little home button. YouTube Advanced allows you to have the little picture-in-picture mode, which is pretty cool.
So you can be watching a video while you're doing other things.
Absolutely, you can. So just open up Wikipedia there.
Yes, Wikipedia, there it is.
Yep. On our recording device, the screen looks a little bit odd, but what we see in front of us looks absolutely perfect, okay? It just looks just a little bit odd, and it's got some lines through it on the recording.
And it's pinkish on that screen, whereas here it's just fine.
This phone's recording it a little bit odd, but it looks fine on our screen.
It looks great, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there we go. So there's Wikipedia. See, that's a lot of, great a great way to read. You've got so much information there on the screen. It's so easy to read.
You can always do that as well,
Yeah, here we go. We've got Google Maps open. How easy is that to see maps? That is an absolute, like, you've got a tablet and you can easily zoom in and see things really, really well. By the way, have you noticed where the camera is on this? Where's the camera? No, on the front. On the inner camera. Can you see where the inner camera is?
Oh, here.
Under screen display, yes, sorry. Yep.
So that's...
Yep, that's it. So it's an under screen display.
I could only see it when I sort of went a bit...
Yeah, exactly.
Sideways, yeah.
So basically, this under screen display is cool because here it is. It's always showing, I'll go right up close, it's always showing with all the pixels and stuff like that, see? So it actually is a camera under the screen. It is a bit pixelated though, anything that goes on the screen. But that's pretty cool, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. There's your Google Maps experience, web browsing experience. But the thing is, with a screen this big, you might want to do two things at once.
You can actually watch YouTube, though, whole screen, can't you?
Absolutely you can, especially if it's in a 4:3 aspect ratio. So let's get on to that now.
So this can technically double up as a television set as well.
Not really a television set.
A handheld television set.
Okay, so here you are watching a video. Nice full screen here. This is a YouTube video. It's night. It's a special city at night time. Someone's just filming around.
I notice it's 4.3 aspect or 4:3 aspect. Does that mean you can only watch full screen videos with that aspect?
If you watch, your typical 1080p video, there will be some black bars at the top and bottom. This is a 4:3. This is typical of what you actually had in, the 80s, 90s and stuff like that. So any videos back then, if you want to watch some old 80s and 90s content or even 50s and stuff, this is actually a great way to watch it.
They make this little phone wider and slimmer
to match the
aspect. Yeah. Why would they go with an old aspect? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that is one thing about it. But just think for a moment how long the phone would have to be. It'd be quite a big, long tablet. Most tablets, if you look at an iPad or something, is...
The longer the better.
Okay, let's move on from that topic now. So just to answer your question, that's what it would look like with black bars.
I would rather a longer phone.
Yeah.
So that you could then get that,
that 4K wide
because
experience.
If they're going desktop, tablet, phone, go proper, modern TV as well.
Another thing you can do here is see how you can have two apps open at once. We've got the web browser here with Wikipedia open.
Yeah.
Yet you can also have this and be doing something here and be checking out a video and replying to comments. So you can see how you can split screen multi-comment. Yeah, multitask. So maybe you've got an email here that you're writing and you're trying to watch a video to find out about it, and then you write up the email as you're watching the video. Do you get what I mean?
That's pretty good, actually.
Or text message as you're doing something from it, looking at your test. But you can multitask. You can even have maybe an app here, and you can spin it sideways. So you can multitask like that. So it's a bit bigger. So that's probably a little bit more useful.
But you can always, if you can't see it properly.
Exactly. So that's a great way, and you can do lots of.
You can't with the video though.
Oh well, if that's full screen, it kind of doesn't. You could.
Oh, you can actually.
Oh, you can squish it open. So it's that intuitive that you just knew how to do that. So now the last thing you're going to do now is bring up the camera application, and you're going to take a photo now somewhere outside, and you're going to use this photo as your desktop background. No, somewhere outside. Somewhere outside.
There we go. Look.
Yeah, I didn't want me in it.
My bright pink phone.
Okay. So come on, let's go. Let's choose you know how later on you're going to be choosing a desktop background when we do the desktop experience?
Yeah.
This way you can actually really choose a desktop background from your real life. You can't take your desktop computer outside and take a photo like this, especially not this quality. No, please not a naked thing. I don't want to get banned from YouTube. You could even just do this garden path or maybe one of the plants here. What do you think? One thing I want to point out, outside, if you look from an angle, you can see that crease at certain angles. See that? Yeah. But if you're looking straight on, you generally don't see the crease.
I'm going to take this one because I like that. But I could go crazy here. There's so many beautiful things. Look how beautiful this plant is, for instance. Oh, wow, look at you.
See, and look at how nice the quality is on that screen, apart from the fact that this camera is just botching. I don't know, you can't film that screen very well. It looks great, but...
Look, just look at that, and with the bee.
I can't even see the bee now. Oh, the bee's going to get me. Oh, no, wait, I'm wearing a colourful galaxy shirt, so it probably wants to get me. Oh, you got the B on it. You got the B.
I got the B.
You did. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, you turned your back. I wanted your front. You turned your bum on me. Okay, well then you.
You've got guts to take photos of bees. Yeah, wildlife. Okay, we'd better go because you could be here forever.
I could be here forever. Let's have a look.
No, come back. We only need one desktop background. You're not trying to make the whole collection.
We need one for each screen. There's 3 different screens.
No, it's on your computer, Samsung Dex. This is the desktop environment we're talking about here. Cool thing is you don't get splinters with these because this isn't real wood. It's all fake wood.
It looks real.
It looks real,
made
yeah.
them. I put them down myself.
Yeah. Oh, come on, we don't need to go everywhere.
Stand there.
No, not me. Not me.
Filming you.
No. Oh, come on. Just as we're about to come inside. What are you taking a photo of? Oh, that.
And then our beautiful sign. No, that'll do.
Okay.
Oh, actually, the flowers are... No, that's okay.
Okay. Okay, so this is just another little funny thing. Just before we hook this up into the TV, this is just so the mouse will work and keyboard. But look at this. You can even have the mouse. See that on the screen here,
Oh,
and you can
wow.
scroll with the mouse and stuff and use it as if you're doing your emails and stuff just on that. That's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and so what have you done? A
And even-
USB?
This is just wireless keyboard and mouse. Unfortunately, my one can't work without this adapter, but if you had one without an adapter, you could run it
I
without
see.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to open up and use this on as Samsung Dex on your TV, you simply swipe down from the top, then swipe across, tap on Samsung Dex, and it'll hook up to the TV now. Yep, start now. And you've officially got a keyboard and mouse. How cool is that? So just quickly click on something like open up Excel, for example, just to show us that you can actually use this as a desktop. There is no computer involved here. This is purely running. Yep, there we go.
Wow.
And it's purely running off this. And you can even use this normally, browse through and read stuff on this, right, while using your TV separately. It's 2 different operating. It's almost like 2 operating systems independently of each other. What do you think of that? Now that's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, well there we go. Let's go up and use it in my room now.
Okay.
Anyway, we are now in my room running Samsung Dex through Windows 10 for the purpose of it being easier to record. So do note it will be slightly laggy and blurrier like this when compared to plugging it directly into your monitor. Anyway, your first task on this Samsung Dex experience is what time is it?
101.
Great. And your next task now is write, save, open and delete a text document.
Okay.
So there's desktop icons, none of them look like something you'd write
No.
a text document with. So just go and open up what you might think might be a start menu somewhere. No, that's the home button. That's as if you're getting out of an app.
Wait a sec.
That's recent apps.
Were
And
you
that's
recently doing that?
No.
To test it? Maybe I can go
No,
there.
I tested it yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to want to open up something. Now, I've got a bunch of apps installed, so this is a little bit ridiculous at the moment. Let's say you wanted to search for an app called Notes. Oh, see, so how easy was that?
Well, the search bar, I mean, that's pretty easy.
And then you can open the Notes application, Samsung Notes. And there we go, no notes. So how are you going to add a note? How are we going to make our text document?
Okay, so what does this one says? That's all notes.
Imagine you're using your phone. What do you think you'd do? Where would you usually...
Well, I would have assumed it being, because this is throwing me a little bit because
Yeah.
it's a desktop
Yeah.
type thing, and so I'm expecting,
Remember, these are the same applications that are running on your phone.
Okay, well, if it's a phone thing, then
Yeah, you
that.
typically have it at the bottom there. Now you can type. You type your little note up. Type your little note. I get it. Okay, and let's say you wanted to save this now. Oh, you didn't give it a title. What's your title going to be?
little note.
Great. Now, if you think about writing notes on your phone, do they autosave, or do you have to manually click, oh, let's save this note and stuff like that when you use like a note app?
I think they autosave.
They autosave,
actually,
so
yeah.
you might not even have to. So let's see if it autosaved. How would you now get
But
out
I
of
might
it?
just wait a little bit longer because sometimes it saves every few minutes or something.
No, that would be like Gmail. Like if you're using it, you know, more of an internet-based thing, this will pretty much save.
Does it give you a signal that it's saved, or is it just saving
it
as you're
saves
going?
as you're going. So,
wow.
so literally, if you went back now, how do you think you'd go back to get to your main notes page? Navigate up or that one? There you go. So there you go. Little note. Oh, and just not now.
No, I have to rate it.
No, we don't have to rate this right now. So there you go. This is my little note, and that's your little note. But
Yeah.
this is just stored almost as like a little note in the Samsung Notes application. Let's say you actually wanted to save this file somewhere. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. Technically, you could just leave it there and just use it like normal. You'd actually right-click on your note that you've made, and you'd click Save as a File.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then you would save it as a text file. So I've got a little Diana folder here, and you can literally save all your files and stuff in that Diana folder on a desktop. You could save photos into there, you could save everything into there. So, yep, just click done and it'll save it into there. And then you can call it, and you've actually got a file, .txt file saved in there.
I see.
Now, let's say you wanted to now delete that. Let's get out of this Notes application. Let's pretend now you're going to browse your files and stuff, all the files that are on your computer. How do you think you'd browse? Where does your file browse?
Oh,
Yeah.
I double-clicked. Was I supposed to double or just single-click?
Test it out. I don't know if you double or single click, so just try click on it once. No,
Oh,
it is
doesn't.
double click. It's like a desktop.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go over to just your internal storage. Now, can you find your Diana folder there that we made just for you? This is where you could almost like just store everything. Like, you know, on Windows, how you like to have your own folders and
I
stuff?
single-clicked, but
Yeah,
I
it's double-click.
can see I can double-click.
It's just like if you're on Windows or something, you double click. And there's your little note. Now let's just delete it, get rid of it. So you've right-clicked, and now you're gonna, what?
Delete.
Delete, great. And move it to the recycle bin. Does that feel like just like you're doing it
Yeah,
on Windows, eh?
It does, actually.
So your next task is to open a calculator and calculate the square root of 9.
Okay, so...
You could do that in your head technically, but like,
I know.
do it on a calculator because we're showing that you could do it in a calculator. So you want to close the program.
I'll close it there.
It's great that it's got an X.
Let me see if
because you don't have an X button when you're on the phone, hey, do you?
in the calculator.
So think it's alphabetical order.
I'll just search
Yeah,
it.
you can search it.
There it is.
Great. And now you can calculate the square root of 3.
9.
Oh, it's 9, yeah. See, I have the answer in my head and I've messed up and click equals. And there you go, you've got 3. Now remember, this is an experience where you can have multiple windows up at once. So let's say open up Chrome.
Can you move it? Oh,
Yeah,
you can.
you
move
can.
It just like a desktop.
Yeah,
by
just like a
doing
desktop.
that.
Now go over to there, open up Chrome. And there you go, you've got Chrome, it's got tabs and everything. You see what I mean? So let's do the Windows 10 snap things so we can have things on both sides. Let go, great, and then click on the calculator. And there you go, you can
Side
snap
by
things.
side,
just
yeah.
like, you know, on Windows, and you can have multiple
This is
windows
on a
open.
phone.
This is on a phone. You don't need a computer to do it. You could have no computer and use this with a keyboard and mouse.
Oh, but you'd need some sort of a monitor.
Yeah, you just need a monitor or a TV, even just your TV.
Or a TV,
You could sit on the lounge and do it like that. You can even use your phone as a trackpad if you don't have a mouse.
Wow, okay.
You get what I mean? So this is a great little experience to have. Now let's close this off. Do you think having Samsung Dex is a great feature in a phone? Like, let's say Apple had Apple's
Apple Dex.
Apple Dex or something. I mean, they couldn't call it that because they're stealing the name from Samsung. But let's say Apple had that and it was like, you know, you've got almost like a Mac experience that you can use and you only need a phone. And the cool thing about this is, you know all those photos you took?
Yeah.
They're on your desktop experience.
Maybe
so here,
Apple could call it iTable.
iTable.
You know what I mean? Because instead of a desktop,
iTable.
iTable phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like because it's a folding phone too that have, it's like a foldable table.
Yeah, exactly.
The iPhone table or something.
iPhone table.
Anyway, let's move on now.
We better actually, what do you call it when you...
Get a patent or something?
Let's get a patent on that so that Apple can then...
Pave us
have
to have the...
Yeah.
I think they'd just call it something else. They wouldn't bother at that point.
That's pretty good.
Now you've got to change the desktop background. How are you going to change the desktop background? Think of it as it's a Windows. It's a desktop computer. You want to change the desktop background. The word at the bottom is wallpaper, which is pretty similar. Now, you can click on your gallery and just select the photo from your gallery.
They've deliberately made this
Yeah.
so that most of the things that you press and touch and right-click and this and that
Feel like a computer.
are like what is the Windows computer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Like even with almost a start menu, but it's sort of full screen and stuff. And icons, you can make icons on the desktop if you wanted to as well. So anyway, let's open up the gallery and choose the photos you took for the desktop. Okay, so you've selected that as your desktop background. Now see, this is what it would look like as a desktop background.
Wow, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, so just click set on home screen.
It definitely is my home screen.
Technically,
it's my home screen. And that's my home.
Okay, great. And now you've got...
On my home screen.
Yeah, and it's
Literally.
the bar at the bottom's even transparent, just to top it all off, just how it's cool as well. But there we go, you've literally got... Do you want to check out some of your other backgrounds, like the bee one as well?
Gosh, that garden needs weeding. I've got to do that at some stage. Oh, that purple looks quite pretty there. I like that.
Yeah. Actually, before we check out the other backgrounds, I'll show you even something else. Click and open up...
I just don't like those weeds there. Oh no, we're going to have to weed that and then take another picture.
Well, you could Photoshop. No, it'd be easy to just weed it.
You could Photoshop the weeds out. I wish you actually could Photoshop everything out. Then it actually happens,
it happens in real life. Okay.
Yeah.
One more thing I just want to talk to you about. Do you think you could, if you didn't have a desktop computer, do you think you could use this? Let's say you had no laptop. Do you think you could use it?
I want to see the other pictures. Other pictures.
We'll get to the other pictures at the end as a little surprise.
I could use this because most of the things are what I already remember, almost like muscle memory.
It doesn't use Windows. This is Android. You're running a desktop version of Android.
Isn't Android Windows? And I thought there's Apple and there's Android and there's Linux, isn't it? Apple and Windows.
Android and Windows are not the same. So
I thought they were the same.
If you tried to run a Windows file on this, a program made for Windows, it's not going to work. The Chrome that we've got here is Chrome for Android. It's not the Windows version of Chrome, as similar as it looks.
I just thought it was...
Now, if you open it again...
Because, I would have thought, okay, with an Apple phone, you go to Safari.
Yeah, so Mac has Safari as well, but they're different versions of Safari. One's made for the desktop, one's made for the phone. So also, click again. Let's open up Excel. So type in at the top Excel or scroll to find Excel. Let's even just make that as an icon. So do a right click and...
Add to home?
Yep, because that's called your home. There, and you can even set up all your desktop icons here with all the programs you use normally, so you don't even have to go to the start menu. So using it as a desktop experience.
But then when you go back to the phone version, will all these icons be on your phone?
No, because the phone and stuff is separate to you. This is almost like a separate experience, okay? So if you double click on Excel now, even though this is the Android version of Excel, does this feel like you're using the normal Excel on the computer?
It feels like...
Let's just open up the financial sample. I just got this off the internet as an example, and you can click full screen, make it maximize.
What is that?
That's minimize. The
middle
one. You maximize. There we go. You could have this on a big screen. You could have this on a little screen. Whatever you want, on your TV, on a computer monitor, whatever you want. But there you go. That's like Excel. It's like you're using Excel, and you can get Microsoft PowerPoint, you can get other things, but they're not the actual Windows version. See, they're a little bit cut down and stuff. They're not the actual Windows versions.
Oh, okay.
They're the Android versions.
It looked a bit cleaner there.
Yeah, they're the Android. But you used to got insert formulas and all that kind of stuff. But these are the Android versions. So you couldn't typically, if there was a game or something that you wanted to run, like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something, and you try and get the execute on, you're not going to be able to run it on this. You need the app specifically made for Android. But typically, you've got a lot of things on Android. One more thing about this. If you really wanted to run Windows, you could get a Windows emulator and run like Windows 95
But
or
wouldn't it be
Windows XP.
slower?
It would be slower, but you could if you wanted to. If you needed to run executable Windows files, you could get an emulator to run Windows, and then you've got a real desktop Windows experience, Windows in your pocket.
I'm more concerned about the weeds than running Windows at the moment, actually. I don't like those things.
Okay, let's just check out like a few more of those desktop backgrounds quickly and see what we think. There we go. That's
wow.
what. See, that looks like
professional.
It's
that
a
looks like
professional-
one of the ones that
Yeah.
they would do, and yet that came from my garden.
Yeah, and do you know what's so
I'm
funny
pretty
about
proud
that?
of that.
And it's even blurred in the background, and that's
I
in focus. You've done that so well. And the
I
thing is,
have.
that just goes
Should
to
become a
show
photographer.
that with the fold phone camera,
Yeah.
it just goes to show what great photos it can take.
That's really good.
It really can
People
take great.
probably want that as
As
a
a
desktop.
desktop background.
You'll have to put it in the description, a link
The
to
little
that.
package of your things. I can't see the bee on that one. It must have been a different one you had the bee on.
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh no, there he is. Bottom.
Oh yeah, the bottom.
He's there.
I almost missed him. There he is.
Yeah.
There's your bee. Oh, there's
there
the
he
bee
is.
closer. Look at his eyes and everything.
That's pretty
Wow.
good.
Oh, look at him from
but
his
he turned
butt.
his back.
He's like, I'm not a, I don't like my
Look,
face
I
on the
like
internet.
that. See on the right side, it's really in focus, and then
Focus
it's all
and blurred over there.
blurry
Yeah,
in the
because you were
background.
pretty much, that was the focus of the photo there, and
Yeah.
this was far further in the background. It was really focusing on this.
Yeah.
Which is cool because the blurry around the icons
That's
that you're
actually
using.
good.
It's a nice idea.
Definitely put a link to these photos. People might want to have them as their desktop.
There we
Oh
go.
wow! Look at
That
that.
looks
Just
cool too.
focused exclusively on the rose.
Yeah, this bit I think was a little bit blurry here. It was focusing on the centre as
it
opposed
was.
to the front
well,
of
that's
the rose.
good. That's okay because
Yeah.
I'd hate it if it was blurry at the back. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can be the new person who takes desktop background photos for operating
My
systems.
lavenders, yeah.
And this was me.
Me filming you, filming me.
And holding my script and everything. There's my script in the hand, and there's the little heart you took there.
Yeah.
So there we go. That was the desktop experience, Samsung Dex, which has been around since 2017. So it is still fairly new, this, and they're always adding new features all the time. What do you think about the idea is you could continue working on your Excel spreadsheet or looking at your Excel spreadsheet on your phone, folded open.
Yeah.
And then you plug it into the computer and you've got it there. You can take a photo and then you've got that desktop experience. You don't have to transfer it from your phone to your desktop. You know how you plug your phone into your computer and do all that because you've already got it all here in one.
Pretty good that you can get one device. I mean, it is an expensive device.
Yeah.
But it's one
Well,
device.
considering I got it 40% off, I was kind of like...
But it is one device, and you've got a desktop, a phone, an iPad, and literally a screen to be able to watch,
Anything on. I mean, you can plug
almost
this,
like a little mini handheld television.
you can literally plug this into your TV and open up an emulator like a Nintendo 64 emulator or a PlayStation emulator,
Oh, and
have
make
a controller
it a
on your TV, and then
game.
it's a game console. You can have a game console. So it can actually be a fourth thing, a game console as well, if you
And
really
if
want
we
it to
stay
be.
here and make this video even longer, we'll come up with more things that you can
You
make
can do
it.
so much with this. It's the desktop, that, and in one, which is
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. You know, if Windows made a phone that ran a full version of Windows 11 on a phone, and it's a tablet as well, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's now shut this down. You can't shut it down with that on.
There we go.
So now let's shut this down. Shut down Samsung Dex and say goodbye.
Okay. Oh, wait a sec.
Before we go, and you have found, that's
I
exactly
found
what you
it.
do. Before we go, is there anything you would change to make this experience better?
The only
Yeah.
one thing that just really comes to mind instantly is make the phone longer.
Okay, when
so
it's
that
opened
then,
up.
yeah, so that then you don't need your specific aspects, ratios in order to watch something full
Yeah.
screen, and that way you get rid of the bars and you can actually watch something.
Just
That's
think,
the
though,
only thing I would do.
If you've got the phone and you open it up, the only thing about opening it up and having it like that is it's going to be a square shape. So you would have to make it a trifold where you actually open one side, then open another to make it that rectangular shape still. Do you get what I mean? Because if you've already got a rectangle shape,
What's wrong with having a square shape?
a rectangle, because a square shape then can't watch the videos, and you're just saying for it to be a long thing. Because videos are a long shape.
But the aspect, isn't the aspect already a rectangle? Oh, but then when you open it,
Yeah, so it's a rectangle now, but as
Yeah.
soon as you open it, it becomes a square.
No, but I'm saying to make it longer. And so it will still
Yeah,
be
so
a
it can't be
rectangle.
yeah, the thing is, if you have it open 3, if you open it and then it opens again, let's say this side opens again, then it'll be your what you're talking about. Do you get what I mean? Then it can be the rectangle.
I'm talking about having it longer up here because it'll be a longer rectangle. See, that's still a rectangle.
Can you imagine how ridiculous it would be having it longer like this? This phone folded would have to be so long.
Just have it that much longer, or whatever it will be, to have the aspect so that we don't have the bars.
It's like you're carrying around a sword in your pocket. A big long sword, you take out your thing and someone's like, oh, what's that long thing in your pants? And you say, it's my phone. You know?
I bet people have said that before.
Now, listen, we have to make sure that when we're carrying our phone around, it can actually fit in a pocket. You know what I mean?
Make
so
the pockets longer.
The better thing to do would be to have it at about this size, but it
I
folds
want
open 3 ways. It's a 3-way fold.
You asked me what I thought. I want it longer.
Okay,
That's what I
Samsung,
think.
don't hire Diana. This is, people are going to be walking around all day with long things in
No,
their pants.
they just need-
Diana's hired.
They just need longer pockets, that's all.
But now that changes the whole world. Has to make all these big long pockets for people. You can't. If it was me, I'd just do a trifold phone where it opens up 3 ways. But for you,
I wouldn't want
it would just be
opening.
like
I just want it like
a big
that,
long.
and it's a big long one. That's
Okay, you like long ones. Now let's exit Samsung Dex and finish up the video. Go on, exit. Well, your curse was over.
I know. I thought, well, all that talking about long ones has made me really. There we go.
Okay, done. Well, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you guys in the next video.
See ya.